Hi guys, welcome back to another video. My name is Taylor. Today's video is going to be a fun one. I got a bunch of plants in the mail. They are tissue cultures and I wanted to test this process called deflasking and see how I can go about taking care of that. I did get about 5 tissue cultures. I was on a Palm Street live. I absolutely love Palm Street. I'm a seller on Palm Street as well, but I love Palm Street. The lives, the auctions are a lot of fun, especially for plants, geckos. They do crystals, they do all types of stuff. Like, it's such a fun marketplace. So let's get into it. Okay, we have all of our supplies out. I did print out the instructions that the seller gave me for the tissue culture deflasking. I've never done this before, so this is my very first time. She provided these self-watering cups with these adorable labels. They're like an iridescent color. They're self-watering. They have like the humidity dome, as well as this rooting powder and fungicide to use, and gave me some instructions. So first she says you'll prepare these with the substrate. I'm going to see how far I can get with the fluval stratum that I have here. I don't know if it'll be enough for all of them, but I will try. And that's something I want to use because I've had really good success with like rooting and the health of the plant growing. However, these tissue cultures have been sitting in these little bags for over a week, so I don't feel like they're going to die, so I really need to take care of this. So 2 plain bowls. One you want to rinse and have them with lukewarm, purified, or distilled water. And the bowl 1 is going to have plain water for rinsing off the agar or the gel, and the agar is just a supplement that helps give the plant the nutrients that it needs to grow, especially in that beginning stage that it's really sensitive. And the second bowl is just going to have, I believe, water as well. Yes, so so the second bowl will have water as well, and you'll add a few drops of the fungicide to help prevent fungal growth. And to prepare for deflasking, you're going to make sure you wash your hands, wear any gloves, using sterilized plastic or metal tweezers to handle the plantlets. If you're not wearing gloves, it helps minimize skin contact with the plant hormones present in the growing medium. So you'll remove your plants and gently lift each plantlet from its container, soak to loosen the gel, and then you'll place the plantlets in bowl 1, which is your plain water, and you're going to let them soak for 5 to 10 minutes. And you're going to rinse them thoroughly. So after soaking each plantlet, you want to rinse each plant gently to remove all the traces of the gel, and the root should no longer feel slimy. So you'll remove any brown, translucent, or decaying tissue. It looks like there is a couple leaves that I had that were a little kind of iffy, so we'll take care of that. And then following, you're going to place your clean plants into the second bowl, which is the fungicide solution, and you'll let them soak for an additional 5 to 10 minutes. So that's pretty much the gist of deflasking. And then you're just going to utilize your self-watering pot with the proper medium that you're going to use. And prior to that, you can actually dip the roots lightly into the rooting hormone powder and then place the plantlet into the substrate and secure it into place. But you're going to already pre-moisten your substrate, so you're not going to water again through that. You're just going to place water in the bottom so that if you're using a self-water pot that has a rope, and this sits in the water and collects the water to distribute throughout the plant's root system. So that's pretty much the gist of it. So I'm going to go ahead and get both of these bowls with some clean water and add the fungicide into the second bowl, and I'm going to go ahead and get started. First plant that we have here is a Alocasia bambino pink variegated. Going to get started. I am going to use some tweezers when I do have to manipulate the plant, just because I don't have any gloves. at the moment, so I'm going to use some tweezers. So I'm going to go ahead and get this opened and start soaking it into the clean water dish, and this other dish is going to the side is for fungicide. So we're going to start with the Alocasia bambino variegated. Nomura, can you pass me some tweezers from in there, please? Got my tweezers. I'm going to carefully lift her out. We're going to take this, and honestly, I really just want to let it sit in there. It says to let it sit in there for a couple minutes anyway, so while I'm starting that one off, I'm going to kind of give you a quick tour of the other plants that I have. We have an Alocasia venom. We have a Philodendron Bilietiae variegated. This one I was really excited about because that was a popular one. We have Alocasia nobilis variegated pink and a Alocasia watsoniana variegated, the glossy surface version. So this first one, we have our Alocasia pink bambino. So I already have these labels done. When I purchased the self-watering domes, the seller offered to have the labels done in advance, so you can just list the plants that you're going to use this for, and she has them provided already in your order. So, okay, so we'll set that one to the side, and go from there. We have our rooting powder. Okay, so I'm going to definitely see how much of this fluval stratum that I can use. That's maybe a little too much, maybe just a dash. I just want to make sure I have enough for all of them. So I think that one looks good, so we'll go with that. Maybe even a little less, because I feel like when it's too much, it really makes it difficult for things to kind of get started. Okay, I like that, so we're going to do that amount. Okay. So we are nice, and this is my very first time doing this, so do not judge. I'm not a pro. And I believe these leaves here are no good, so alright, we'll continue to let this sit, and I'm going to go ahead and get each one prepared as long as I know who is who. I'll go ahead and do the Alocasia watsoniana next. I don't want to confuse myself either and have like a bunch of plants out and then not know who's who. I do think I could probably eyeball it and figure it out, but I don't want to chance that. So I'm going to use my tweezers to grab this girl, and same thing, set here. And it looked like all these two bad leaves already kind of came off on its own. So, okay, so I'm going to continue this. I'm going to get these prepped, and then when it's time, we'll move the plants over for soaking into the fungicide solution there, and then we'll come back. Just add some spritzing to the fluval stratum. Get with it in. I'll add just a little. Okay, so they are like slightly moistened, but like not too much. Okay. So it's been a couple minutes for the other 3 that are in here. So I'm just going to give it a little wiggle and see if I can. It looks fairly good. Just kind of tap it a little bit with the tongs. Make sure any other debris. Set it into this bowl. And then the next one is the billietier here. It's completely submerged right now. Lord have mercy. Give it a little wiggle under here. Okay. I see a bad leaf. Okay. Put this in the fungicide as well. Let's just fall in. Okay. And then the allocation venom. Brown piece that's hanging. I will just let it sit and I'll clip it with my scissors when it's supposed to back. Okay. So after a couple more minutes of them sitting in this fungicide solution bowl, I'm going to dab it in the rooting powder that was provided here before we pot it into the pot there. And it's just like some white powder. This little kit was like really helpful. So like, I feel like I'm getting it all over my hands, but I'll definitely have to like wash my hands like a couple times. Okay, great. So we're gonna let this sit for a couple minutes. Then we'll go ahead and get it going with the next part of the process. And then the fun part is when we get it all in here. So I will be back. I went ahead and found some gloves. My husband had these, so we're gonna use some gloves. I'm gonna start with the Alocasia Pink Bambino because that has been sitting the longest. And okay, so let's open this rooting powder. Tweezers, and this is this one here. And I'm just checking it. Like trying to determine if this is like a pink leaf. Alright guys, I want to thank you so much for watching today's video. Please like and subscribe and put any suggestions down in the comments. Or if I did something wrong, please let me know. I just want to, hopefully this will be successful. I just want my plants to grow and not die. So thank you so much again for watching today's video, and I will see you in the next one. Thanks.